On a beautiful Wednesday afternoon, we are live here in the AA Texas League. Today, the first of a 6-game set between the Corpus Christi Hooks and the San Antonio Missions. We're back with the first pitch coming up right after a proud announcement from Dr. Pepper. Aaron Leisure, a lefty from Michigan, will get the starting assignment. And what do we know about him, Bob?
Well, I gotta say this guy is a really good fastball thrower, and if he could be command of his pitches, then he could stay in this one throughout the day of this ball game.
Shortstop is Greg Kessinger as we're about ready to go in the start of the Corpus Christi top half of the first inning. Well, 3 words, let's play ball. And the first pitch thrown in, and we are underway as that one is swung on and missed for strike 1. We are 4:05 here this afternoon as we begin our ball game at the beautiful Industry Ballpark. And that one is going to be line foul, and the count now 0-2. We were pretty much rained out yesterday. We had no broadcast, but so far we are getting back in full swing. No balls, 2 strikes to Kessinger. Swing and a miss, and he'll be the first one down. Leisure on his first strikeout of the day. And we need 9 more to get free breakfast on a bun from Whataburger. Now in is Will Wagner as he comes in, and he takes one well and inside for a code strike 1. Go ahead and we'll give you your final scores here today as Springfield played the Tulsa Drillers. Wichita was at Frisco today as they started their second game there at Statesman's Park there in Frisco. We'll get you final scores in just a minute, and that one is going to get fouled off, and the count now 0-2. So, Bob, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Did you enjoy your week off?
Yes, I enjoyed my week being off, as pretty much we saw these ball games there at Tulsa. Boy, the Missions were really going after the Drillers.
Yeah, they really were. They were going after them like no tomorrow. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And again, he sends that one foul. So still hanging on at no balls, 2 strikes. Springfield at Tulsa, Northwest Arkansas at Arkansas, Wichita at Frisco, Corpus Christi at San Antonio, Midland at Amarillo. These ball clubs of today playing their ball games. Another 0-2 by Leisure. And a swing and a miss. He gets back-to-back Ks. And boy, he is really knocking them down. Only 1 more before he strikes out the side. Here is Jordan Brewer as he fouls one off in right field, and that will go foul. And the count now 0-1. Corpus Christi, they had their jerseys renovated, it looks like.
Yeah, and I gotta say the royal dark blue and sky blue under the armpits look pretty good.
I will say it's better than the Road Grays, which they are decommissioning. Here's the 0-1. High flying in the air. Again, he'll send that one out of play and foul. The ball boy will be over there to pick it up and give that souvenir to a good-looking young man over there. What a guy. No balls, 2 strikes. As Leisure looks in. And he delivers. 0-2. High fly in the air. Up in left center is Lopes, and he will make the play And that will do for this top half of the Corpus Christi first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We go bottom half of one with no score as San Antonio comes to bat next. Austin Hansen, a right-hander, will be called upon to pitch here for the bottom half of one. On the hill as we get started with the San Antonio first inning. That'll bring up the center fielder, Tim Lopes, as he comes in and ready to go this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Boy, after the rainstorm that we had yesterday, the field was awfully wet and soggy, and so far we did not converge play as of yesterday. Do believe today we are making a game here in town and game on the road at Corpus Christi, or I don't know what's going on, but evidently we will hopefully see what happens. Well, I don't know if they're going to have a road game at Corpus Christi or not, and then have to come back home and play their remainder of their series against the Hooks. Yeah, you're not kidding, Bob. That would be a road game on the bus, even though the bus drivers do have to get paid to buy the fuel. And so far that would be awfully bad just to waste that type of fuel getting the missions down to Corpus Christi. Well, evidently, John, I will say that they do a pretty good job, and their job is not even easy as they drive the bus there. Right. So they got to pretty much just go with the flow on some occasions. Yep, that's their job. They got to travel them wherever they're going, like Wichita or Springfield or Tulsa or whatever it is. Well, Austin Hansen will lose his first man, Tim Lopes, after 6 pitches. And that'll bring up Wander Javier. And that's going to be right there. Line drive up to right field, and that'll get through for a base hit. First and second now. Still nobody out, so that's a good sign, Bob. When you get that free walk on base, and you know that 6-pitch walk was not good enough for Austin Hansen to even give up for the first batter. Yeah, you're right. Second, here's right fielder Joshua Mears. Just look white as snow and look really good when the missions are out on the field. Well, that's going to be right there. He steps on one. He gets 2 on a double play. A 4-3 double play. That is 2. And for Corpus Christi. Boy, and the second baseman will throw right to first. And so far, that will be 2 quick outs here in this half inning. Runner still going at third, and that'll bring up first baseman Juan Fernandez. Boy, and you see that ugly little sign up there in the right-hand side of your screen? Yeah, there's something going on with the cameras. We've been away for 1 week, and now they're starting to act pretty funny in that case. Fernandez coming in as he takes no balls, 2 strikes, and base hit will untie this ball game. Here's a pitch. And a swing and a miss, and he'll get him down easily. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the top half of the second, and it is no score. Well, top half of the second for Corpus Christi, and that'll bring up the 4th batter, Matthew Barefoot. Barefoot coming in as he faces the second time around Aaron Leisure. That's going to be right there, and that will be line drive right past the third baseman, as that will get through for a no-out hit. Boy, gotta say that he let that ball get past him, Bob.
Yes, he should have been aware that that ball was coming towards him.
Well, probably won't even matter that we'll have a Taco Bell double play on our hands. That'll bring up Brian Arias. And that one's going to be high fly in the air, and that will go out of play and foul. No balls, one strike. We're top half of 2 today here. Good old Industry belonging to the San Antonio Missions. That's high fly in the air. In right center is Tim Lopes, as he will be a few inches to make the play. And for out number 1, he gets there pretty good.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good running, and, you know, he could get there and make the play without a doubt.
That'll bring up Alex McKenna. And here's the pitch. That one high fly in the air, and he's going to have a lot of that. That will get down for a base hit. And here comes the runner from first. And Corpus Christi will score a run on a RBI double. Boy, and they crushed that baseball. On instant replay, that was right there up in left field. And they got almost all of that. Here's Scott Schreiber now, as he comes in. And he's going to hit one up in right center field. Lopes coming just shy of right field to make the play for out number 2. So 1 on second, and that is the potential second run for Corpus Christi here today. And that'll bring up Zach Daniels. Daniels coming in, and he'll take one well and inside for a code strike. It's 0-1. Ty Krause, our crew chief, he is the home plate umpire here today. And so far, he does pretty good behind the plate. That's going to be right there. Joshua Mears getting there. And that will bring in the second run on an RBI single. So Corpus Christi will lead this ball game by 2-0 over the San Antonio Missions. And boy, that one was well hit. 2 runs here in the top half of the second inning. And that one's going to be outside down and low in the count now 1-0. Boy, Hooks getting a remastered jersey. And so far the Road Grays are gone. That's going to be high fly in the air to center field Lopes, as he'll make the play. Well, evidently 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom half of the second. Corpus Christi out in front 2-0.
Leading off for the mission.
And the hot corner third baseman Lucas Dunn coming in for the bottom half of the second inning for the Missions. And a pitch. And that one is high and inside for a code strike. It's 0-1. Few clouds on this Wednesday afternoon. It is beautiful. We had the rains yesterday, and we didn't play yesterday, thank goodness. It's all about player safety and also fan safety. Because basically everything does get slippery, sloppy, and wet. It's like Beethoven when he's just slobbery. He has slobber strings and licks everything and just really has to shake all that slobber right off of him.
Yeah, I know. It's a St. Bernard dog that really just shakes everything off, especially muddy water.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Ron Duffney, hello there. Welcome in. That's going to be high fly in the air, and that will go up to the center fielder. We're out number 1.
The designated hitter, Little.
And that's going to bring up the DH Grant Little. Get a little cloud cover on this Wednesday. Gonna be pretty good. That one ground ball right to second, to first, and they get them easily for the out.
The second baseman.
I am doing good. How are you, Ron? That'll bring up Jackson Merrill. As he comes in. And a pitch. And that one high in the air. Third baseman will glove it, and that's the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody on base. We go now top half of 3, and Corpus Christi up by 2.
Leading off for Corpus Christi.
That'll bring up Greg Kessinger as he's 0 for 1. As we start up the top half of 3. And a pitch. High fly in the air. In right center is Mears as he'll record the out.
The batter, the second baseman.
Want to give shout outs to our fans up in YouTube Live. Welcome. You're watching Texas League Baseball here in South Texas. And South Texas is all San Antonio territory. San Antonio, Texas, home to 500,000. Well, and they just keep on coming in from California and all other states as well. Well, California is also well, I'm not trying to sound overly political and stuff, but it's also a Democrat-run state. Well, yeah, of course it is. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, they see gas prices up by $6 to $7, maybe even $8 per gallon. I mean, you buy a tank load of gas and it's going to cost you maybe $70 to fill up your car. Yeah, I know. Or even a truck that'll cost you maybe $140. Here's Matthew Barefoot. And a pitch right there and inside for a code strike, and it's 0-1. Boy, 2 outs, a runner at first here in the top half of the 3rd for Corpus Christi. And that's another swing and a miss. And the count now 0-2. So, boy, I got to say, let's go ahead and get our scores in. Boy, Wichita beats Frisco. Final score 16-8. During this afternoon, Wichita will claim their 12th. So they will be almost close to reclaiming the 4th place position against Springfield. Yeah, I know, and that's something that you don't see every day, but now you do. And that's going to be right there. And the shortstop Javier will stop the ball from going any further, and that will go down a fielder's choice on the base hit. Well, pretty exceptional in that shortstop. Javier, he's a pretty good boy. I will say I've talked to him a lot of times, and so far I was out on the field probably today. And, well, I went home for a little while. We talked and got him a drink. Oh, what'd you get him? Well, his favorite is Dr. Pepper. He loves it. Oh, yeah. I love our proud sponsor, Dr. Pepper. Now, Dr. Pepper, every Thirsty Thursday, they are $2 at our concession stands here. So make sure you get them. 0-2. High fly in the air. Up in left center is Fabian as he runs after it. And he's got it. So what a terrific play to get out of a threatening top half of the 3rd inning. So we now go to the bottom half of 3, and it is 2-0 Corpus Christi. That'll bring up the left fielder, Albert Fabian, as he comes in. And he's ready to go, but he fouls that one off, and the count now 0-1. Boy, I tell you one thing, the two teams that had jerseys and uniforms upgraded was Corpus Christi here in the south and Springfield up in the north. Springfield has their beautiful road reds. Wow, I can't wait to see them when they wear them at the end of this year. You're going to love the road reds, Bob. It is great. And right there, he swings and misses. That will bounce the dirt. And the count now 1-2. Here's a 1-2. And that will tie up the count now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In the bottom of 3 for San Antonio. That one high and outside. And the count now 3-2. Could be another 5-pitch walk. And he'll get a strikeout. And that is the first one in the bottom half of 3. Hansen collects the strikeout. And that will bring in Michael Cantu, the last of the order, here for San Antonio. And that's going to be right there. Line drive to right field, and now get through for a base hit. Going to first, going to second. And he's going to get in on a stand-up double. Boy, everybody in today's attendance is getting a double cheeseburger coupon with your choice of a medium fry or onion ring. And that, yes, that lovely drink we all talk about, it's Dr. Pepper. So get a free coupon and courtesy of that on that stand-up one-out double for Michael Cantu out there in second base. Well, we go back to the top of the San Antonio lineup, stepping in the center fielder, Tim Lopes, as he had inherited a free walk back in the first inning. Well, Wichita beats Frisco 16-8. For Wichita, they claim the 12th victory of the year. They'll be 12-17. Still in last place. Frisco still in the first place, or third place position, shall I say. Evidently, the Rockhounds are up in first place there in Midland. You know, tonight the Rockhounds play Amarillo there at Water Ridge Field in downtown Amarillo. Just beautiful when Corpus Christi and Midland and all these teams come out and converge against each other. It's just so much fun to have a baseball day, and so far a day like this where we have double headers. Yeah, it's really good. And that's going to be line drive up the center for a base hit. The runner coming home from second, and that will get the Missions out of a shutout. But still trailing this ball game by just the 1. So for Wichita, it's 16 runs on 18 hits, no errors. And for Frisco, it's 8 runs, 16 hits, and no errors. Here's right fielder Joshua Mears as he takes one high and outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 away, runner at first, bottom of 3, 2-1 is our score as Corpus Christi up ahead by just a 1. Here's a 1-0, and that one's going to be high fly in the air, and both runners are giving a chase, and it'll be the right fielder that'll make the play for the out. Wander Javier coming in as he scores in a run on an RBI double. And we're through 3, and it is a 2-1 Corpus Christi lead. Well, we are top half of the 4th inning, and that'll bring up Alex McKenna. And so far, we are ready to go. Right there and inside for a code strike, and it's 0-1. Boy, Springfield at Tulsa. There at DCJ Field. Boy, and those drillers, they gave them a whooping of a lifetime. Tulsa now 16-14 of the year. Springfield still hanging on to the 4th place position against Wichita. Here is the 0-1. And that's a swing and a miss. Ty Krause will call that one in for code strike 2. So Midland and Arkansas are our first place positions. San Antonio and Northwest Arkansas will be our second place positions. 3rd place is Frisco and Tulsa. Amarillo and Springfield will be the 4th place. Corpus Christi and Wichita down in the final places. That's going to be high fly in the air. Second baseman Jackson Merrill will get the out. Pretty good right there.
Scott Schreiber.
And that's going to bring in Scott Schreiber. So, evidently we're doing pretty good, but so far so good here in the AA Texas League. Now, I did forget to mention that Springfield and Tulsa had another game. So that means that Tulsa will move up to the 1st place position. So they'll be 17-14 against the Springfield Cardinals. The final score of today is 3-0 shutout victory. So pretty good right there.
Well, how could you miss that one, John?
Well, what did I miss?
Oh yeah, you missed the ball game that they played here today.
Yeah, you stuttered a little bit, didn't you?
Huh. Well, you're like that all the time too. I'm not going to say I do it, but you do it too.
Huh. Yeah, okay, Bob. I mean, I know how silly you are. I mean, I know how silly I am most of the time. Well, that's going to be right there, and Fabian will come in, and that will be the 1st and 3rd positions that are already going. So, boy, on a Wednesday afternoon, Tulsa again beats the Springfield Cardinals by final 3-0. For Springfield, it's no runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 0-4-1. And for Tulsa, 3-7-0 as the Drillers claim the 2nd game of the 6 games. Right there and inside to CJ Stubbs. He comes in for a code strike, and it's 0-1. He lined out in the 2nd, 0-for-1, and he bats in the 9th spot. Here's the 0-1. And that's going to be right there. And it could have been a double play to get him out of the inning. But Corpus Christi will score in on an RBI ground out. That'll bring up the top of the lineup for Corpus Christi. That'll be Gray Kessinger. Kessinger coming in, and he fouls one off in the right. That will go out of play and foul. No balls, 1 strike to Kessinger. His pitch right there, high fly in the air, and that will put him to a 0-2 count. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's a pitch, and right there, strike 3 gets him down. A run comes in across the score on a RBI. Midway through 4 coming up as the Hooks are out on top by 3-1.
Leading off for the mission, the first baseman.
Well, that's going to bring up the first baseman, Juan Fernandez, as we get ready to go for the San Antonio bottom of 4. That one right there, outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Pretty good crowd coming in on this Wednesday afternoon. Beautiful, as we have just a few clouds from time to time. And that's going to be high fly in the air. Up in left center is the center fielder. He'll make the play for the out.
The third baseman, Lucas.
That'll bring up the third baseman, Lucas Dunn. As he comes in, and he is ready to go. And that one right there and inside for a cold strike, and it's 0-1. Temperature-wise, 83 degrees on this Wednesday afternoon. Line drive up the left center, and now gets through for a 1-out single. Boy, here comes the tying run, and that'll bring up the DH, Grant Little. Boy, 3-1 here as Corpus Christi leads this ball game by just the 2 runs. Little, he grounded out in the second. He's 0 for 1. Pitch in, and that one is inside for a cold strike, and it is 0-2. And that one's going to get up there, up in the right field for a base hit. So 2 singles with 1 away. And that's going to bring up the second baseman, Jackson Merrill. Here's the pitch. That one outside for the ball, and the count now 1-0. Looking to make amends mate for his first time up. And a pitch. That one inside for a strike, and it'll even things at 1-1. Boy, Hansen near a triple-digit fastball. So far, he throws a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a curveball, and a changeup. And that one is going to be tapped foul, and that will be 1-2. Merrill looking ready to go. And a pitch. And that's going to be right there. The second for 1, and they relay it. There's a double play. So, my friends, that will be a 2-4-6 double play. That ends the inning. And that will be the end of 4 here this afternoon. Corpus Christi holds this game just 2 runs. As we now head for the top of the 5th, it is 3-1. Well, Corpus Christi order, and stepping in, Will Wagner. Wagner coming in, and he's looking pretty good here this afternoon. And that one called by Ty Krause. Called in for a strike, and the count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And right there to third baseman Dunn, as he rings him up and puts him on the clothesline to dry for the first out of the inning. My goodness. Beautiful play by that hot corner third baseman Lucas Dunn. Yeah, that guy out there at third plate, he's got the most important position of any baseball player, and that is the hot corner third base position. Yeah, you're not kidding, Bob. He's of the hot plate. Indeed.